and again, this is from Dominic.
Sure.
This is from Dominic. That he was held there for 2 or 3 hours. When he left there, he was in tears. He was so distraught that he had to pull his car over and sat there and cried.
Right.
He felt he had to get an attorney.
But he never said, there was never any discussion that the day that this took place, we allowed him to call an attorney during this process when we took his DNA.
I'm sorry, say it again for me. I'm sorry.
Did he say that he had to get an attorney after that, or did he say that he was permitted to call an attorney during that process?
Well, Dominic just said that Lee said he felt he had to get an attorney.
Okay.
And he had to get Georgia and Cindy. I think it had I don't know who their attorney was then. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who they had or if they had one time. But for some
one time they had Martin E. James.
That's who it was. That's who it was. Yeah. And Martin E. James either told them or told Lee that he would have to get somebody else that he was representing his parents, and
right.
It shouldn't be all one.
Okay.
And I don't know if he ever did or not though.
This all came from Dominic?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did Dominic say he ever had any conversation with Mr. E. James?
The only conversation, let me think, conversation with E. James? Just the only thing he ever told me about E. James was the guy was real sharp, described me physically, because I never saw the guy. I saw him on TV once, but didn't know, he's not the stature, physically he's kind of small, and he described that, but said the guy was brilliant. I saw him on Nancy Grace a few times. First couple times, first time I thought he was pretty sharp, but one night he
This is you or Dominic? I'm
talking about myself. I saw E. James on. I never met him. I never met him, but just saw him on Nancy Grace. And at first I thought he was a pretty good guy, but then just one night he got really. Nancy. I'm not a big fan of Nancy Grace.
Right.
I like her show, but I don't like her so much. But he just came off as rude.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, because this is, I guess, one of the things that we're trying to sort out here. Was Dominic working for Mr. Baez, Mr. E. James, or the Anthonys, or do you know?
For George and Cindy.
Okay, so Dominic is working for George and Cindy. He showed me I guess it's a contract. Yeah, I guess it would be. He's got some kind of a signed contract with George and Cindy. Okay.
I don't know if it's like a professional. I don't know if it's
right.
I never read it. I just saw a piece, and he also has one with Casey too. And I guess
Dominic has a signed contract with Casey and George and Cindy.
Some kind of I'm saying contract, some kind of agreement.
Okay.
It's not like I don't think it's an attorney drawn up.
Okay. An agreement for what?
Like I said, I never read it. He just showed me the signatures at the bottom. Right. I just remember Casey's signature looked like is like written kind of large script.
What was the agreement for? I mean, what was it?
Just somehow or another. I'm not sure. Just somehow or another, he's going to have some kind of contract with them, so he could eventually make money. Be paid. He's worked. He told me just recently he's got over $90,000 real money, real cash invested.
Paid
not
how?
Counting, sir?
I mean, paid how? Was there like a contingency type thing, a portion of something, or
just he had some kind of. He didn't use the word professional. I think he said personal. Some kind of personal contract with Cindy, and also with George and I'm sorry, Casey, and then George and Cindy had some kind of personal contract with each one of them.
So he's working for both of them?
No. I don't know what the thing was with Casey. He's working for George and Cindy.
Okay.
Never has never received a penny.
Right.
Okay. He's got over 1,000 hours. A couple months he told me. He had over 900 hours into it. Actual time.
Did he ever indicate where that money was going to come from?
Well, at one point, they report on TV that they had signed a book deal. That one time they had signed a TV movie deal.
Right.
He had told me that they had never received any money, and then at one point they had received a very small amount from I think it was Good Morning America. One for some photographs or photoshops or something.
Would it indicate there was some sort of agreement to get paid later?
I'm sure that's what the contract was. I'm sure that he's figuring that somewhere down the line there is going to be able to.
Figuring that, or somebody's told him that. I mean, is he just doing this out of the goodness of his heart? I mean,
no, he's got a pay bills. Quite frankly, I don't know how I don't know. He could go. He must have a lot of money saved somewhere. I don't know how you can go 6 months without getting income from somewhere. You know, I mean, I certainly.
Well, I guess we're trying to sort out. I mean, you said he's got a contract with Cindy and George. He's got one with Casey.
Yes, sir. I saw the one from Casey. I'm not sure I saw the one with Cindy and George.
All right. Well, earlier you said that he had one both.
Yeah.
Was there any discussion about where that money was coming from? Was it coming from? Were George and Cindy going to eventually pay him because they were going to go to work somewhere, or were they getting money from some TV network, or was that, what was the discussion about that?
Well, he never said anything about getting money from them from working.
Right.
You know, I'm not sure what he charges a day. Normally, you know, Dominic would ask me one time how much I made a day, and normally I do insurance investigations. It's anywhere from $200 to $250 a day.
Right.
And in some cases, sometimes I'll pay your gas or the hotel room, stuff like that. And I think his set fee was like, I think he told me 100 and.
Did he say that he was getting a set fee from George and Cindy and then a set fee from Casey? Well, or was it going to be a portion of something? Or
no, the only thing he ever said about money was his normal rate is $125 an hour.
Right.
At one point, he told me he had $90,000 of his money spent, his real money spent, and he had about 1,000 hours into it. If you would multiply $125 an hour times 1,000, the math is they owe him 100 and whatever plus expenses. Okay.
And is that what he said he was getting from them, or what did he say? I mean,
well, he just said that was his rate.
Okay.
But
well,
again,
is he going to split that between George and Cindy and Casey, or do you know? Okay.
I don't know.
What was your cut going to be?
My cut was going to be like if he ever got paid, and these are his words.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. No, if he ever got paid, when he got paid, I would be taken care of. Well,
did he say, when he said taken care of, was there an amount with that? I mean.
Well, he asked me like I told you one time what I made a day, and I told him it depended on the case.
Okay.
Usually then that's if you worked a full day. Sometimes you only work split days. If you lose them, you're following somebody.
Okay.
He said that. He said that sounds fair. He said that's a decent rate.
Right.
So now most of the time when I came down there and helped around the house, that was only like some nights it's only 3 hours, some nights it's 4 hours. The longest was one time from like 5:30 to like 1:35 in the morning. Most of the time, like I said, it's 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
So like half days. I never kept count. One time he did ask me to send. When was that? Because my wife did it for me before we split up. Send an account like how many days I've been there, how many hours, and she did that at one time. Send an email to him.
Right.
I don't remember. It was at the time it might have been like 18, 20 days, somewhere in there. Wasn't a lot.
Let me ask you. I want to cover another topic real quick because this is important. When I spoke with Dominic, he indicated that he had spoken to Casey, and that Casey had told him a different version of what she had told us. Obviously, everybody knows that. That Casey took us out to Universal Studios where we took a statement from her, and at that point she said that she had dropped Caylee off at the Sawgrass Apartments.
Right. Okay, TV.
Right. What did Dominic tell you Casey had told him?
He told me that he had gone out to jail. I'm not sure how many times. I know he said he's gone out with Baez, I think twice.
Now, was he working for Baez, or was he working for?
No. Never, as far as I know, never worked for. Again, I don't think those two, hit it off, and there's okay. But because I asked him, I said, "What did she say to him when he got there?" He said she talks about friends, weather, family. Never says anything about the case. Never ever, according to him, never ever once mentioned Caylee's name.